My eternal love of Debbie Reynolds means that I'm always going to at least like a little bit of any Rugrats episode that focuses on Lulu. And I did like a little bit of a Lulu of a time. This is the seventh episode of the seventh season. It's the third segment, and Lulu is babysitting the babies. And she takes them down to the rec center, and they decide to explore while they're there. And that's where it worked very well. We have Tommy, Chuckie, Kimi, and Angelica. And I think Angelica being there was an interesting choice. I think it might have worked a tiny bit better without her, but it also did work, so I'm not too bothered. And the narrative itself is not actually that fascinating. Not a lot happens. The things they explore aren't that interesting. For example, they get into the kitchen area, and I don't think they made the best use of that space. So the actual events within this are not that fun, but in terms of animation, it's really fun. Once we get to the rec center, there is so much to look at. There are so many games, bright colors, different characters. The characters are obviously all of an older age, and there are some pretty awesome designs. There are some that have, certain characteristics similar to Grandpa Lou. There was a character who had very similar hair to him, a character who had, I think, similar shoes. It could have even been the exact same shoe design. I'm not sure. But there were other characters who had slightly different appearances that I thought were quite fun and quite well done. So it was actually visually very engaging, and obviously, I just love listening to Debbie Reynolds. So that aspect of it definitely appealed to me. It may not be the best narrative, it's not the most fascinating, but I thought it was pretty okay. There were definitely some pull factors there for me. Could have been better, but at the same time, it's one of the times when I appreciate having slightly shorter segments from season 7, because this one, I think, if it had been any longer, they might have milked it for more than it was worth. It was a pretty good length, though. I think it's about 9 minutes, maybe, so it's not tremendously shorter, but a tiny bit, and it worked. It may not be perfect, but it wasn't too bad.